I'm happy to go first. So could you just, that was an inspirational presentation. You're solving a massive problem and it just is wonderful to hear it. And thank you. Um, so it sounds to me like the farmers have a very thin margin, right? So you said currently they're going to be saving, they already spend about $250 to $300 a year because you suggested they'll save 50 to 100. So I assume that means that the kit, because the kit's $200, they're currently spending 250 or 300. So can you just explain a little bit? You have a margin that you have to earn, but it sounds to me like it's a thin. They're not sure that this is going to work, right? There's going to be a lot. You're essentially running a university when you go back to Uganda and have to explain how this works, and it's going to take a little bit of time for it to work. So how do you go about educating the farmers as to the viability of your product, and also then be able to sell it and have them kind of give up what they were doing in the first place? How does that work?
Okay, so when you look at the system, it's for now the cost is $200, but that is the prototype cost. So when it comes to the production cost, it would actually be cheaper because once the study is already completed, then we we produce, when you produce in commercial, like you produce at a low price. So that is one. So that means we expect the cost to go down and increase the margin. And secondly, the system is actually, it uses available abundant resources, solar and air, which is local available. So in that case, you don't have to buy, like, you don't have to buy input every time. So
Right.
you'll see as if the initial investment seems to be high, but it's in the long run it will pay off, because like the solar modules take 25 years uh, to expire. So that's really a long time. So I think educating the farmer about the benefits of the system in that way, and of course, when you look at the price of the fertilizer, which is actually low grade fertilizer, urea, it's a low grade fertilizer. It's over $600, and you have to buy every time. So this would really create a very landslide advantage over the existing
Right.
fertilizer, which is
Yeah,
also difficult to get. Yes.
that makes sense, Bernard. I just didn't see it in there. And it's a one-time cost. I assume you're going to maintain it or somehow have upgrades or repairs. And um, you are also going to have to educate. Is it the same, does it have the same output as the other fertilizers? Same
Uh,
nutrition?
Yes, it's the same so this fertilizer is a nitrogen fertilizer, which is the highly demanded nitrogen fertilizer. So Uganda, we normally use urea, which is also a nitrogen fertilizer, but urea is a low grade nitrogen fertilizer. And once you decompose, once urea is eaten, like consumed by the plant, it has to because urea has carbon dioxide. So urea has to release carbon dioxide, and then the nitrate part of it is taken by the plant, because what the plant needs is only the nitrate. So by using urea, we are also like producing more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. But especially in the US, they more normally use like directly nitrate fertilizer, which is consumed by the plant, and what the plant needs is nitrate. So the output is actually different in the sense that this is a high grade, it's a high grade fertilizer from water which is available. So when you couple with a simple water flowing system, then it's actually it worked pretty well.
Okay.
To add to what Bernard have just mentioned, to simplify it, so this system basically turn the tap water, the normal water, by interacting like the system, like you see that we have plasma, and then the plasma will have a chemical synthesis and turn the tap water into like nitrate, and that nitrate is a fertilizer that consumed by the plant. So basically we turn tap water into the fertilizers. Yeah.
Hey, nice job, team. The with your summary that you gave in the background, gave us a chance to kind of do a little look. seems to rely a lot on new catalysts. Can you tell me what the role of catalysts are, and is that an obstacle in this project, using solar to make plasma and then fertilizer?
Yes, so thank you. Now, a bit about plasma. So plasma itself is not actually, it's not a catalyst. So plasma is a ionized gases. And the example is like lightning. So when you see the lightning, it has a high concentration of charges, and that's what you're able to see. And also you hear the sound if there is a thunder. So it is like we are creating lightning in the lab. So this lightning is created by having high electric field. So so once we have this plasma, and then we have air, which is oxygen and nitrogen. So this air gets ionized, like electrons loses some of the electrons, and this combined with water, which is broken into atom and oxygen, and that forms nitrate. So by using solar, it's actually advantage in the sense that first of all, we have in Uganda, the grid connection is very poor. Only 26% of the population is connected to the grid. So that means has to be a standalone system. So by using solar, we are able to decentralize this system and of course, target the rural community, which is highly disadvantageous. And that is the hub, the food basket of the country is actually in the rural areas, and they are not connected to the grid. So using solar is actually, it's advantageous in the sense that we can have this system where they are not connected, and it is also sustainable. And we are in the equatorial region. We have abundant sunshine. We are like 12 hours constant. You know, during all seasons, it's more or less constant. Like every season is a summer, if I could say.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, I just want to mention one more thing is, you know, regarding catalysts, some systems like this do utilize catalysts for the process. Our system, because we want a completely renewable energy resource, doesn't currently include a catalyst. But potentially for future prototypes, we could include a catalyst, but that would be, you know, it could be a barrier.
Thank you.
Hey, good job, guys. That's really very close to what I want to see for, you know, an elevator pitch. You know, it's clean, simple, and good information, both on the business side and the technical side. I've got a couple questions. And it's awesome you're building a prototype already. So plasma is a pretty power hungry process, is it not? I haven't really thought about it in 20 years, but how do you concentrate that solar power to get that plasma charge or conversion?
Okay, so with this system, the solar module is actually enough to, the solar panels are enough to generate the electricity, if whatever level. But this system, we have a 12-volt system. So we expect the sun to provide the energy, and it is converted by the solar modules, and it is a 12-volt system. So using this 12-volt system, we have a plasma power supply, which is also a 12-volt system. And this system matches, we connect it onto electrodes, and we are able to generate the plasma. Actually, plasma is not so much, as you could say, it is not so much power hungry. Even at 5 watts, you're able to generate, it would produce a very good effect in terms of the production. Like the current technology of plastic recycling, people are now trying to use plasma to decompose actually plastic fully to save actually energy, because it doesn't produce heat like, so this is non-thermal plasma, meaning that the electron has a very high temperature. So it is the electrons which enhances, which breaks down these molecules and produce the nitrate. So when you touch the water itself, it's very cold, but the electron temperature is very high. You can't see the electron, like you can't touch the electron. So we have this. So that's why when you touch the water, it is just cold. But when you test the water, you have this nitrate which is already formed. So we have the electron, actually, it's the one which plays a lot of role, and it is perfectly provided by the solar modules, which gets the energy from the sun. Actually, if we only harness the sun well, just in in 30 seconds, it's enough to power the whole world. You know, that is the technology which we are still, you know, we are still lacking, but it is not underrated in the production of plasma.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think we're out of time, Mark.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and yeah, now is the time for judge to for discussion in the school.